Antonio, 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 Antonio. Welcome back to the Monday Night Spurs Show, where Tottenham have beaten Manchester City 3-2 at the Etihad. We did not expect to be doing this tonight. Joining me tonight, we've got Gaz. How you doing, my man?
Buzzing, mate. Really good. I can tell you're excited. You're really happy.
I did not see it coming, mate.
I didn't. I really didn't.
I was thinking, we do the podcast. We've got to do it on a Monday, but Tottenham delivered somehow, and I'm looking forward to getting involved and talking through it. So tonight they are the Kings. Last week they were the Clowns, losing at home to Wolves and Southampton. That's forgotten about for now. We've got to talk about these Kings, and let's get straight into it, guys. Talk about the lineup. What did you make of the lineup then?
Obviously a couple of surprises in that lineup. I mean, surprising to see Kulusevski start and Sessegnon keeping his place as well. But I think that's only because Reguilon's got COVID. I didn't know that until yesterday.
Yeah.
Højbjerg coming back. For me, it was important to see Dyer coming back with Romero in that defence as well. I think it made such a difference. So, I mean, obviously some changes. I think Conte's lost his patience with a number of players. So I think he had to mix it up, especially with Kulusevski coming in. Obviously Emerson Royale coming in as well. Højbjerg back in the starting 11 as well. So, and then the rest of the players just sort of picking themselves.
Yeah, so for those who aren't looking at the screen, I'll go through the lineup. So we had Lloris in goal, back three, Romero, Dyer and Davis, Emerson Royale, Bentancur, Højbjerg and Sessegnon, and attacking three of Kulusevski, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. My first reactions when I saw the lineup, I looked at it and I was like, no Sanchez, that's quite good news. No Harry Winks, I wasn't sure if that was good or bad. And I just looked at the team. I was like, we've got a bit of a chance here. Just maybe not to win the game, but, no Tanganga, no Matt Doherty. I thought the team lineup wasn't that as bad as I thought it was going to be after there was no Skip. I was a bit worried about the lineup, but I thought that lineup wasn't too bad. I thought he would have gone for something a bit more rogue. Maybe there was talk of like Joe Rodon starting, so I was a bit worried about the lineup. But the lineup didn't look too bad once I saw it. What did you make of Sessegnon being included? I think Sessegnon maybe was the strange one. We could have seen Ben Davis play left wing back. Do you think Sessegnon put in a good shift?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you, I only saw the first half because I missed the second half because I went out for my birthday on Saturday. But obviously, I'm just going by the highlights and from what I saw in the first half and what I was been reading on Twitter as well. But by the sounds of it, it sounds like Sessegnon did do really well. He put his post up on social media saying important 3 points, great win, blah blah blah, and the comments basically saying he put in a really good shift. Said it's probably one of his best games. Mm-hmm. So from what we could hear as well, I saw spells as well where he was keeping Sterling pretty quiet as well. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully he builds from that, and the rest of the team do as well. But Sessegnon, if he did well, like you said, he was getting forward a lot as well, from what I could see from the highlights and what I could see from the first half. So hopefully he builds on this and becomes a better player, and hopefully he can put Reguilon under pressure for the first starting left wing back position now.
Yeah, if we rewind a couple of days before the City game, I mean, Sessegnon got substituted. I think it was in the Wolves game. He got substituted around the 25th half-hour mark. Yeah, and then to come in and start against Man City. And Conte, he could have gone more defensive, played Davis as a left wing back, although he would have been a defensive left wing back. And like I said, maybe he put Rodon in the back three, but he put faith in Sessegnon and he didn't let him down. I must talk about Emerson Royale as well. I think Emerson must have been the most quiet player on the pitch. I didn't hear his name, but that must be a good thing. I don't really recall him making many mistakes. I know Sessegnon committed a foul throw in the second half, I believe. But Emerson, I thought he put in a really good shift. Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah, again, I'm just going by what I'm hearing as well. Emerson sounded like he had a good game as well. I think both fullbacks did pretty well from what I'm hearing as well. So, again, if they can just both build on it and do it week in, week out, then yeah, hopefully the whole squad's be on the same page as them two.
We've got Jim's in the stream tonight. He says, "Evening, chaps." And
Evening.
Jim was, of course, happy there was no Harry Winks. um, let's go through some of the talking points. So Spurs took the lead through Kulusevski. You said you saw the first half live. What was your initial reaction when Kulusevski scored?
Yeah, I was happy for him. Really pleased. I mean, for him to score his first goal, it's only take like the fourth minute. I mean, it was pretty much on a plate for him, really. I mean, obviously, Son went through 1-on-1 with the keeper. But I mean, how many times have we seen it, though, Tel? It's like we get a clear-cut chance and then the defender just nicks in at the last minute. So, he put it through his legs and then it went in the back of the net. But yeah, I was pleased for Kulusevski to score. He gets an assist as well for Kane's winner at the end. He could have had two, but for the VAR. But yeah, I don't know about you, Tel, but I got a bit of Eriksen vibes from Kulusevski's performance from what I saw from it. Anyway, he whipped in that cross for Kane's goal. And when was the last time we had someone whipping a decent cross like that?
And at that moment of the game as well,
Yeah.
it had to be perfect. The cross, everything about it.
It was a beautiful cross. It was a nice curler, and you could see Lucas trying to attempt to go for it, and then it hits out Kane, beats former Tottenham man Kyle Walker, and back of the net. Yeah, brilliant. Just such a great cross.
Yeah, we've got to talk about the through ball from Harry Kane. How he split the defense open, and like the defense he split open. We're talking about what every member of that defense is like £50 million defender in Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, and Laporte and Cancelo. And the way we cut them open, there was a lot of talk on the media about how we were counter-attacking, but all of our goals weren't counter-attacking goals. All of our goals started from the back, started from Lloris, or started from Romero Dyer. So we weren't. Go on, mate.
It's only it was Manchester City's high line. We all know City are a team with a reputation of playing attacking football, and obviously they bombard the opposition. We've seen it so many times over the years.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to pick up on as well. I thought, from what I saw as well, the defence was quite solid. I mean, still making the goalkeeping error from Lloris. That needs to stop. That's happened too often recently. But the defenders, I think, done what they could. And again, I think they put in a good shift. I think having Dyer, Romero in at least a back two, whoever the third choice centre back's going to be, I think it does make a hell of a difference. You can't rely on Sanchez leading the line. I just don't think he's capable for doing it. But I think Dyer, Romero together, I think are on the same page. And whoever that third defender is has got some really good cover with them too.
Yeah, I think what I love about Eric Dyer, he does the basics right, what you just expect from a defender, which it almost feels like it's too much to ask for from like Tanganga and Sanchez. If you want to play a 10-yard pass, they find that challenging at times. And I just think sometimes you do take Eric Dyer for granted. He's got good aerial presence. Like we've seen, he has got that error in him. Sometimes he does go a bit brain dead, but majority of the time, he's proper Spurs, and he gets it.
Yeah.
And I think Romero looked a better player alongside Dyer as well.
Yeah, I'd say so, 100%.
So let's talk about the equaliser then. You mentioned it briefly there. Gundogan equalised after a Hugo Lloris error. Unfortunate, really, as I felt like Tottenham were dealing with the pressure quite well. City kept crossing balls into the box, and like we said, Dyer and Romero dealt with it quite well. I think Ben Davies as well. I think we have to say Ben Davies was another one who had quite a good game. Like we didn't really see much of him, which must be a good thing. But what did you make of Lloris's error? Was it an error for you, or just unfortunate? What would you think?
Yeah, well, for me, I would. My initial thought is that it was an error. I think he should have easily have saved that cross coming in. It was aiming for him, really. I think must have caught our guard. I mean, I suppose in his defence, it was a bit crowded in that area where the ball was going. So again, another plan that City do. They sort of like go in towards the keeper there, hoping that he suppose just probably putting a bit of pressure on Lloris, which any professional would do. And I think Gundogan was just in the right place, right time, and obviously equalised. But even before that, even when City were chasing the equaliser, I could see it coming. Like the way they were putting pressure on us. I think Cancelo had a good chance, and a couple of others as well. I think De Bruyne, had another chance as well. So yeah, I could see the equaliser coming in, and it was just down to us to get back in front.
So we went in at half time at 1-1. I think I took that before the game to be drawing at half time,
Yeah,
despite the fact it was an error. But of course we retook the lead. The lead. I wrote the league there. We retook the lead through Harry Kane in the second half. Brilliant play all round. Brilliant play. I think it was a ball over the top from Harry Kane, I believe, and he got headed away. And then Kane joined in the attack with Sessegnon and Son. But there's so much to admire about the goal. Just the patience from Sessegnon to give it to Son, and just the decision making was so much better from Spurs. I think that has been our weakness this season, our decision making in the final third. But bang on there with Son and the ball, and the finished Harry Kane was top draw. What did you think?
yeah, it was a good finish. The build up to that was really good as well. Obviously, Sessegnon getting forward as well, making himself the extra man up top. And obviously, Son, Kane combined him once again. And it was a nice finish, just first touch, saw the opportunity, just went through it. But that's what Harry Kane does. That's what he's capable of. He knows where the back of the net is. He knows where the angles are. He knows where to hit it, when to hit it. And obviously, like you say, we took the lead. And yeah, that's what he does, Kane. That's just his duty as a Tottenham player, as a Tottenham striker. So yeah, that's what you expect from your main man up top.
I think it was one of them games where, because we had Kulusevski into the squad now, and he was in a lot of dangerous positions. Kane was always in the position between Rodri and Diaz, and then Rodri and Diaz never knew whose responsibility it was to mark him.
Yeah,
Kane was very intelligent at getting close to Rodri, but not too close, and same with Diaz. And he pulled their defense apart, he pulled Rodri apart. And of course, like Kane's goal come from him running from deep. No one followed him in. I think he snuck in front of Cancelo to finish it, and the finish was top draw. But yeah, proper limbs in the away end and proper limbs back at my place celebrating on my own. But no, unbelievable to see. And one thing I love with Harry Kane lately is when he celebrates. He proper celebrates now. He looks like he cares again, and is fully invested in Conte and Tottenham. And do you think he had a point to prove with Man City? Do you think he had a bit of not the but a point to prove regarding the summer?
I wouldn't say he's got a point to prove. I just think he's showing Man City what they missed out on. Really, I think wherever he goes, he's gonna just be world class Harry Kane. But no, I wouldn't say he had a point to prove. Everyone knows what he's capable of and who he is and how he does it. So, but yeah, I think City players or the fans were even saying we should have gone in for Kane, but it's their loss at the end of the day. But it gets a brace against them.
We've got a few more comments come in. Roy says, "Don't think Skip would walk straight back in. Sessegnon with a run in games could be decent." Really interesting, wasn't it? Because we got overrun in midfield against Wolves and Southampton because we didn't have 3 men in the middle. And then we had 2 men in the middle against Man City, and we seemed to do all right. So do you think Skip does walk straight back into the side? Or I don't know. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think if anything, he would replace Højbjerg, but I think Højbjerg done well the weekend as well. From what I saw, maybe I think Højbjerg definitely just needed that game off. He's got that reputation where he doesn't miss a game, rarely misses a game. He's never even injured either. But I think he just needed to have that rest, just needed that break. So and I feel like he done him good because he's back how he was, and it looks like he could be forming some sort of midfield partnership now with Bentancur. With Bentancur, he looks he looks creative as well as defensive. So I think with Bentancur, obviously, it's a good option to have. But if he's going to be starting ahead of Skip, Højbjerg, Winks, whoever the other midfield options are, then yeah, to me that's a bonus. And he started another competitive game. So but that's good to see. I think Skip, when he does come back from injury, he probably will start on the bench for now.
Yeah. And with Harry Winks, another one, he has to fight his way back in, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I just think Winks has just been negative and so poor in the last couple of matches. I just don't think he doesn't offer much. I just don't know what he offers. I think Bentancur is 100% upgrade. on Winks. I just think Winks is just a boring, basic player. Well, I say basic; he can't even do a basic job. But he's not. I just don't think he's first team worthy. I don't think he'd be playing many more games at Tottenham for sure. I think I just can't really point out. I mean, yeah, he gets the occasional long distance goal, but he doesn't do it often. Does it once every season, if that.
Yeah. One thing I have to say about Bentancur, I'll say Bentancur and Højbjerg, they weren't perfect on Saturday, but they never went hiding. They always wanted the ball, always tried to progress with the ball up the pitch and keep the ball ticking over. And we saw that with the final goal, the Bentancur ball over the top, and then of course went to Kulusevski, who whips it in. But Bentancur really, really impressive with linking up the play. And like I said, wasn't perfect. Wasn't he? I don't think that'll be his best game in the Spurs shirt. There's definitely better games ahead for him. But the fact he didn't hide, didn't pass responsibility on, really impressed with his all-round performance just regarding, taking the ball in his own. And like we said, Kulusevski, only 21 years old is crazy. And then Bentancur, 24 years old. These are really young players. And, I know there's the overall sum could be 70 million, but I think there is a bright future there when you look at how young they actually are.
Well, one thing I'd like to pick up on as well, these two players, Kulusevski and Bentancur, both of them completed 90 minutes on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
and how often as players like Ndombele and Lo Celso, when they played together, how often have they completed 90 minutes? One of them bound to go off at the 60, 70 minute mark, but these two. The fact that the pair of them, I mean, that's Bentancur's second game in a row where he's had 90 minutes, and he comes away unscuffed. No news of injuries or tightness around the muscles and nothing like that. So I think it could be another Højbjerg. Fit as a fiddle, barely gets injured, and as you want. I think Kulusevski could be the same. A lot of Swedish football fans absolutely love Kulusevski. They said he's basically a really nice up and coming star.
Yeah.
And, a bit like for England, I don't know how up-and-coming star is, probably someone like Declan Rice or Bukayo Saka or Odin, someone like that. They've got the same sort of hype about him as well.
And, like you said, regarding fitness and 90 minutes, I mean, this is such a high-intensity game. This isn't a game where you could coast and be a passenger. You need all 11 men on the pitch, playing to their maximum for 90 minutes or 96 minutes, whatever it was. And, I think Conte must have looked at Bentancur and Kulusevski, given them a shout like, "You're okay to play the 90 minutes." And they were like, yeah, we're fine. And Conte probably couldn't believe it. He's so used to hooking Ndombele, Lo Celso and Dele Alli off. Yeah. I mean, we just needed the basics from some players to play 90 minutes. And it gives Conte more of a luxury, to make more tactical changes like he did with bringing Doherty on, he brought Sanchez on, and brought Lucas on. And, and like you said, Kulusevski and Bentancur playing 90 minutes in such a big game can only be a good thing. Let's go through a few more. Let's go through a few more comments. Dyer and Romero were excellent. Kane's best performance by a striker this season. Have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
Winks just keeps getting caught in possession. Yeah, I feel like the game just runs him by Winks. It's a tough one. I think he tries, but we're at a point where we need points on the board now. Games in hand don't mean nothing no more. It's just about points on board. And we've got quite a long comment here from Wayne. Wayne says Højbjerg was immense on Saturday. I could see him and Skip both being used when the others rested. When Skip returns from injury alongside Bentancur in a 3-4-3, Winks will be sold in the summer. Will Winks be sold in the summer? What do you reckon? Winks sold in the summer?
Yeah, he's got. I mean, look, I think he had when Conte came in. I think he sort of perked Winksy up a bit, but he's just gone back to square one. It just hasn't lasted. So I think even Winks said himself. He said Conte's given me the chance to prove myself once again.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I mean, he's Tottenham through and through, but I don't think it's working. I mean, he's sort of gone the same path as what Dele has. Dele was Tottenham through and through when he was playing for us, but that it just sort of faded over the years. So, I think it's just going to end up the same path. He'll probably end up at Everton as well.
Yeah,
somewhere like that. But I don't know. I don't know where Winks would go. He wouldn't go. He wouldn't go to another top 6 side anyway. He'd probably end up at somewhere like Bournemouth if they get promoted. Yeah,
That's
honestly,
hard.
I think that's what he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. You can't see him at any other top side. I can't anyway. I reckon it will be a team like Bournemouth. It could be another Everton. It could be I don't know, a Burnley. Yeah, I don't know. It could be one of them sort of clubs. It won't be a top 6, top 7.
I might be a bit bold here. I could see him at like a Leicester because Tillemans is going in the summer by the sounds of it.
I thought Leicester. I think the other team he could probably squeeze in at is Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, if Basuma goes as well. We've got a few more comments to get through. Dan's very happy over the weekend result. Dan's our Spurs fan from Florida, I believe. What a game this weekend. 3 losses from City this season and 2 against Spurs. I saw the table earlier. They lost 3 games. I'm not sure who the other one they lost to. Is it Liverpool? Or couldn't tell you.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Dan, let us know if you do know the answer. Or maybe is it Palace? They lost to Palace at home. I think it might be Palace. I don't know why, but Jim says, when did Ndombele do 90 minutes? That reminds me of another stat we should mention. Kulusevski's got as many goals as Lo Celso already, Premier League goals.
Blimey, and I'll tell you another thing as well. The old Tottenham target, Luis Diaz, he got his first goal for Liverpool. But Kulusevski beats him on assists.
Yeah. Dan says it was Crystal Palace. So
Palace. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's double checked. It is Palace. Let's go through the talking points. We need to whiz through a little bit here. We had a 3rd goal ruled out by VAR. Correct decision in the end.
Yeah.
But, really well worked goal and a cracking finish. That was a proper number 9's finish from Harry Kane. I watched the game on a dodgy stream and my stream cut out. And when I got my stream back, I just saw him celebrating. And then so I didn't know that it was ruled out for offside. I thought it was just a clear goal. So that was a massive kick in the teeth, that one. And then Romero handball resulted in a Man City penalty. What did you make of the handball? Do you think the right decision?
I think it was quite harsh, if you ask me, but they're just going by the handball rules now. So it's more of a case of like, if it's in the box and it hits your arm, it's a penalty. But I think it's a harsh one because it's the way he's doing his job as a defender, sliding. For me, I didn't think Romero needed to slide. I mean, the cross didn't go high enough anyway. It probably would have hit his stomach if he stood on his feet, but he's just doing his job as a defender. I suppose he's saying he's protecting his face, and it's just the way you fall. How many times have you slid and your sort of arms sort of go?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know how you can slide without putting your arms down. You have to slide with your arms going up.
You can't slide with your arms, but I mean you could do some damage. So it's just the way your body naturally is. So I don't know. I think it was harsh, but when the penalty went in, I said to myself, "Well, I'll be happy with the draw." Because I didn't expect us to win, so I was ready to accept a 2-2 draw, and then we'll get on to the final point. Kane wins it in injury time.
Yeah, I have one more thing before Kane wins it in injury time. Conte doesn't make it easy for us Spurs fans, does he? Because he brought on Matt Doherty, then he brought on Davinson Sanchez, and you just felt like City were going to score once we brought on Sanchez and Doherty, and he took Son off, didn't he? Lucas Moura come on, and so I was really dreading it. I was like, they're going to get the winner, City. They really are. But like we said, Kane won it in injury time. A brilliant build-up play again. A ball over the top from Bentancur to Kulusevski. You said a bit of Eriksen. I see a bit of Van der Vaart in him. Like, hasn't got a lot of pace, Kulusevski, but he's very good at getting that ball out of his feet to create the opportunity. A bit like Bernardo Silva. Like, he's not the quickest Bernardo Silva, but he can get the ball out of his feet to cross the ball or do what he wants with the ball. But I mean, he's definitely got that bit of quality, Kulusevski. And the powering header from Harry Kane, beating Kyle Walker. I think as a Spurs fan, if you wrote the script for this game, that wouldn't have been far off. Harry Kane, 94th minute winner, whatever it was, beating Kyle Walker to a header through sheer will, celebrating in front of the Spurs fans. And absolute scenes. What did you make of it?
Oh, brilliant! Oh my god, I just couldn't believe it. I see it pop up 3-2 win. I was like, my goodness! Like, I just because it was when I see the penalty 90+2 minutes, 92nd minutes, and then my phone notified again, and it was like it's got to be full time or City winner. But
Yeah,
no, it was us who nicked the winner too. I just couldn't believe it, honestly. Like I was like, how the flipping heck have we beaten Man City? Because you got to think like this time last week, Telwyn was doing the stream. We was deflated from the Wolves game. How
yeah,
poor it was. It was just
right
shut
in the season off.
in performance, really bad. And then you
Yeah,
go to the Etihad on a Saturday night, and then you get 3 points. It's crazy. Football is absolutely bonkers.
yeah, like it's the complete opposite end of the scale. It really is. Like I was dreading the City game. I was dreading Burnley, dreading Leeds, dreading Middlesbrough. Now, I'm up for it again. I mean,
I
after
mean,
Burnley, it could be a complete different story.
yeah. I've stayed off social media for the whole week because it's been so negative
Hmm.
and toxic. But now it's it's just a change of heart. But I mean, this City win is good. It's brilliant. We're all ecstatic about it, but we need to build on it now.
100%. Yeah.
Got to build on it. So there's no point just celebrating this City win going into their next game if we're not going to win it.
Yeah, 100%. I said like Wolves and Southampton, their 6 points dropped. So we need to recoup 6 points somehow. We done it with the City game. Now we need to find another 3 points. Maybe a winner at Old Trafford would be the 3 points to recoup.
Yeah.
I know Arsenal got Wolves on Thursday, so if we could beat Burnley and Arsenal Wolves draw, we'd be right back in the mix again because
Yeah.
the top four is it looks a tough job to do, but
I'll tell you what, I think there's 5 teams going in for this race for top four now. You've got Man United, Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, and now Wolves.
yeah,
But I think a couple of teams will definitely fade. I could see West Ham fading. They dropped points at the weekend.
mm-hmm.
I said I still think Man United could fade. I know they beat Leeds 4-2 yesterday, but how many times did they slip up again? Conceding goals, conceding equalisers and that. But I don't know. I think Arsenal as well because they sold off their squad, and it's only going to take about 2 or 3 injuries, and then they're going to have a really thin squad again.
It's a long way to go, and like we know, we've got to play Man United still. I think we've got to play West Ham at home still.
Still got to play West Ham. Still got to play Arsenal.
Arsenal at home still.
We've already played Wolves twice, and I've still got to play Brighton as well.
I think once we come out of these away games, we'll have a better idea where we stand, and then we can go into the Everton game at home, and hopefully we'll be much higher up in the league. But we're back in the mix now. We've got a few stats to look at. Harry Kane's winner for Tottenham, timed at 94 minutes and 25 seconds, was the latest winning goal scored at Man City in the Premier League since Michael Owen for Man United in September 2009. Which was 95 minutes and 27 seconds. Do you remember that Michael Owen goal?
I do actually, yeah. I do. Like 2-2, wasn't it? Or I can't. Yeah. Well, they won 3-2 in the end, Man United. But I remember it being 2-2. I think it was like Man United went 2-0 up, and then City come back. Was it 2-2? I know there was a comeback somewhere, and then United must have got the winner. Yeah, I do remember that because I think it was Fergie time again.
Yeah, definitely. Tottenham Hotspur are only the fourth side ever to complete a league double over a side managed by Man City boss Pep Guardiola after Chelsea in 16-17 season. I believe that's the season when Chelsea won the league. United 1920 and Wolves 1920. So I don't know, what is it with Tottenham and Man City? I mean, we beat Man City this time and we had VAR decisions go against us. I think City's only a chance in open play was the Gundogan long curler with a world-class save from Lloris. I don't remember Lloris doing much else apart from that.
Nah, same. Well, like I said, I couldn't watch the second half, but I'm only going by the highlights and what I see. Actually, you say that, Tel. I think before Man City equalised, they didn't have a shot on target, Man City.
Yeah, that was the first shot. Yeah. I remember the commentator saying. Another stat we got, having won 14 of their last 15 Premier League matches prior to the loss to Spurs, City suffered their first league defeat since October when they lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace. So it was Crystal Palace who they lost to. So they haven't lost since October, which is incredible. And I've seen a few people saying, Man City need to regroup, get together again and go again. They beat Sporting Lisbon 5-0 in the week,
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not like
was it a Champions League hangover? Do you think?
that's the thing. It wasn't Man City weren't on bad form. They were on top. They couldn't be on better form. Man City,
Yeah,
only Grealish and Jesus were out, but Grealish, I wouldn't say Grealish is a starting 11 player for City right now. Same with Jesus. I'll probably say that the 11 they played is their strongest 11.
yeah,
And the final stat I've got for you, Spurs duo Harry Kane and Heung-min Son have now assisted one another for 36 Premier League goals, the joint most of any pairing in the competition's history, moving level with Drogba and Frank Lampard. But it's crazy, really. I mean, I think of like that Keane and Berbatov partnership, and they couldn't have actually scored that many goals together. But Son and Kane, what do you make of them? I don't think I could compare them to anyone else in this league right now. Like even Mane and Salah, they don't really create each other, do they? Who?
Well, I think Mane's only scored 2 goals all season from. I mean, Salah's all been for himself mainly. I mean, he's getting it from all angles. I think his partner for who sets him up is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah,
and I think Robertson as well. So I think the fullbacks are doing more than what the and Mane are actually doing for Salah. But Salah's one of them ones. He could do it all on his own. He just gets the ball and takes on all the players. He's that good. But yeah, I mean, Kane and Son up there with some really good players. It's mad, really. It's crazy, and I reckon that's going to be broken soon. It's only a matter of time.
Hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully.
Yeah, I reckon so. Wednesday, and yeah, it's just mad that they because I remember last season they made such a habit of it under Mourinho. Made such a habit of it. I mean, there was that Southampton game with what was it? 4 times. Son got 4 goals and 4 Kane assists. And it's just they've clearly got a great understanding together, and that's the thing. If one left, I reckon they'd be lost. I reckon it'd be like, it's one of them ones where they'd both have to join the same club. Still somewhere.
And I mean, we can compare Son and Harry Kane to the Lukaku situation at Chelsea. He had 7 touches, didn't he?
Yeah, 7 touches of the ball in that game yesterday. I think they said that is that the fewest from someone. Well, it's probably less because obviously you've got to think about subs and that. But I'm talking like someone who played like what? I don't know if he played the full 90 minutes or he played 70, 80 minutes and then Werner come on. But someone to play that long and only have 7 touches. I mean, I've watched when we had Soldado at the club. I remember he barely had many touches. He probably had about 10, 11 touches in a game. He was that sort of player, but Lukaku's standards, that's really poor.
I mean, that's what he's like costing like 70 million. Like a lot of money, wasn't it?
I think it was more than that. I think it was like 90 million.
Yeah, I mean, like you're paying like 10 million per touch. It's that bad.
Oh, bonkers, eh? Crazy.
But I think that we're running short on time a little bit. So, anything else to add on Man City game? I mean, unbelievable, really, wasn't it? But
yeah, about it all day long. No, it's probably 1 or 2 other bits I'd like to talk about, but I can't think at the minute. I think we've covered more or less everything, so we just move forward.
Yeah, I said one more thing to add is that it's strange how we're against Man City we're pretty decent, and we know how to play against Man City, but when it comes to Chelsea, we ain't got a clue, have we? We just crumble against Chelsea. Yeah, but they almost play quite a similar style of football. Very good technicians on the ball, but I just don't know. It's just a strange game football. How we can get the better hand against City, but not Chelsea. So next up in the league, we've got 2 games in the league this week. We've got Burnley away on Wednesday, followed by Leeds United away on Saturday. I think that's a lunchtime kickoff.
Lunchtime.
First up, Burnley. How do you feel going into the Burnley game?
Well, after the City win, I feel like we can build on that win, and I feel like we can go to Burnley and win. But I'll tell you what, a big win for them at the weekend. They beat Brighton 3-0.
Yeah, it's worrying.
That's a big win. I mean, how often does Burnley beat teams 3-0 away from home? It's very rare, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you. I don't even ever remember them scoring 3 in a game.
No, I mean
Ever.
it could have been 4, but again, goal ruled out for offside. And obviously, former Tottenham player Owen Lennon scored a good goal actually.
I've not seen the game yet. I've
No,
not
it
seen
was. I tell you what, you watched the goal. It was really good. I mean, it weren't typical Owen Lennon finish because he never lifts them off the ground. They're always like, you know, always
drags it.
up to the ground. Yeah, but this one, top corner, good finish, really
Yeah.
good. You watch it, yeah, really impressive. But yeah, it was just. I don't know. I think I said this earlier. I said Brighton. I think are starting to slide now because they had a really good start to the season.
Mhm.
You know, they were flying. They were picking up good points, playing some decent football. But I think they've faded now a bit, Brighton, and they are slowly sliding down the table. And I think Burnley just caught them on their bad day,
Mm.
and yeah, and obviously capitalised on it, and that's why they've won 3-0. But
Yeah, I don't. Go on.
but obviously when we get, I don't know, is it going to be the same sides? You know, the Burnley that beats 3-0. Is that who we're going to play against?
It's weird. Like they win 3-0, but Burnley are still. I don't know if Gary's still here. I think he's froze.
I'm still here.
Oh, you still there? Yeah, I say it's weird. Burnley win 3-0 at the weekend, but they're still 19th in the league. That's how
Yeah.
tough it is down the bottom of the league. I have, we will talk about Leeds briefly, but I've got Burnley's lineup, and I was quite surprised to see how Burnley lined up. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Cornet played up front. Is that right?
I couldn't tell you. I don't. But see, that Cornet, he's been really quiet lately. I know earlier in the season he was scoring quite a few goals. What was he on 5 or 6 goals?
Yeah.
On by his 10th match or something like that. He was absolutely scoring for fun. But recently he's been quiet, and obviously that's probably why. Who is it? That's probably why Burnley are bottom of the league at the minute, or as you say, 19th. But yeah, that's the thing with Sean Dyche. He can get a shift out of these players. They've got a good player as well. I don't know how you say that straight. Is it Weghorst?
Yeah, it's like with a V. You say it with a V, but
Weghorst,
like
yeah.
Wenger,
Good player. I mean, that was he scored his first goal against Brighton actually, but he's getting assists to his name as well, setting up a couple of goals and that. But I mean, on paper, I mean, they're a beatable side, Burnley, but it's a funny one. I always find Turf Moor a bit of an odd stadium to go to.
I was thinking, are they going to try and get this postponed because of Storm Eunice? They really don't want to play this game, do they, Burnley?
I really
So,
don't know. But that's the thing. On the original fixture, they didn't have Weghorst in their squad. They didn't sign him until deadline. So that's their bonus. And also, they must have had about 5 or 6 players out. I think Tarkowski was out injured. Well, saying that he was out for the Saturday game against Brighton, and they still won. But they had quite a big injury list. I think they had a couple of suspensions as well, and obviously never had Weghorst in the team. So yeah, I think. Well, I think they're capable of getting 3 points out of a top side. We've seen that happen quite a few times from Burnley.
But they played very well against Man United last week.
Yeah,
Berkels had a big party in Jay Rodriguez.
that's right. Yeah, that was 1, wasn't it? That game.
Yeah, he played well there, Verkhorst. I'd be more worried with Verkhorst against Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah,
but I'm quite excited to see him against Romero and Dyer. Romero is not the friendliest of footballers to play against. So
no, well, that's what you want. You want like your centre backs to be bullies. You want them to be like, you want them to be bastards in that back four. You want them to be aggressive, and yeah, really get to the striker and get the better of him.
So this is how Burnley lined up at the weekend. A classic 4-4-2. Although, the Cornet one's a bit weird because he normally plays left back in like a left wing back role, and the right back Roberts, he plays right wing back. So I'm not sure if BBC Sport got this correct or not. I'm not too sure on that one. So, but if they do play 4-4-2 like this, it could be quite interesting because that Roberts, he's much better as a wing back like he is for Wales. So he could be exposed as a right back.
You have to remind. I can't think who that Roberts is. Is it Connor Roberts?
I think it is Connor Roberts. Yeah,
who's Collins?
I'm not sure. I ain't got a clue who Collins is, mate. I've got a clue. But I looked at the team news. I know there's a press conference for Burnley and Spurs tomorrow. But from what I've read, Verkhorst and Cornet were both doubts. But Sean Dyche just said they should be fit. So that probably means they're fit and starting, guaranteed, don't it? You know,
Just playing mind games. They call him the Ginger Mourinho.
yeah, he knows what he's doing, Sean Dyche, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Spurs team news. This is how we lined up against Man City. Our potential doubts: Reguilon with COVID. We haven't mentioned it yet, but Harry Kane could be a doubt. Apparently, he was walking quite gingerly after the game. Did you see him? He pick up his injury. Sorry,
I didn't know. I mean, I saw the final whistle and he looked like he was just celebrating. He was just happy to, to win the game. I didn't know that he could have been a doubt, but yeah, that's the thing. I mean, let's say he misses the game or even if he makes the bench, I think Sonny should play up top, and then they should bring in Bergwijn.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is options now. Regarding Harry Kane, he went up for a challenge with Ruben Diaz, and he fell on his back. I think he got like a knee to the back, and apparently it was a really bad crunch, and it took him quite a while to get up. But yeah, a few of the journalists, Jonathan Veal and As the Gold, have said he might have a little knock, but we don't know yet till tomorrow. But our medical staff aren't the best, so I'm a bit worried, but
I mean, yeah, they've got Oliver Skip injured. It's like you've got a sneeze and you're injured,
yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, we look like we're going to go for like we're pretty close to quite a healthy squad now once again. I mean, obviously, you just got Reguilon missing because of COVID. I mean, that's just an illness; it's not an injury. And the only absentee I think is Tanganga, but I feel like he's down the pecking order quite a bit. And the other player, obviously, Skip's a very useful player for Tottenham.
It's important, yeah.
But I think when you've got Højbjerg, when you've got Bentancur doing bits in that Tottenham midfield, I think just stick to it for now. Obviously, Skippy is a big option for Spurs. Even if he makes the bench, it's still good. But I think he could be out for a while, to be fair. So I think it's important to give Bentancur his minutes, get him playing, and hopefully he causes a bit of damage. And we've seen that so far. I mean, up against De Bruyne on the weekend, he did pretty well against him.
Yeah, no, definitely got stuck in.
Yeah.
But like you said, mate, Højbjerg and Bentancur, not players that get injured that much by the looks of it.
No.
They look like almost always available. I do think Ryan Sessegnon at left wing back could be an interesting one because Reguilon is fast, but he's not the best at attacking, is he? Like there has been times where he's almost the easiest option would be to shoot, and he either tries to pass it or cross it. What do you think? Do you think this is a good chance for Sessegnon to break into the team, or do you reckon Sessegnon needs a rest because of injury problems? I think he's got muscle injury problems, so do you think he could need a rest? What's your thoughts?
No, I think they should stick with Sessegnon. I mean, he did well against Man City. I know, obviously, he was poor against Wolverhampton, but he picked himself up against Man City, and I think he deserves his spot against Burnley on Wednesday night. As you say about Reguilon, yeah, I like going forward. He's a really good player, but yeah, like you said, Tel, he does miss them chances. I mean, I think there was one against Wolves. He was more or less one-on-one with the keeper, and he shot it straight at the keeper. I've seen him do it a couple of times for Spurs, not just this season. I've seen him do it last season as well. And the only goal he's obviously scored was against Leeds. And we was hoping he was going to score more after that, but he hasn't. He doesn't score many. But I think going forward as a left attacking sided left sided player, I think he is good bringing the ball forward. He's got a nice cross on him as well. We saw that a few times last season.
Yeah. But Sessegnon, I know he scored against Bayern Munich away in the Champions League. What was that? 2 years ago now? I'm not
probably about 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Maybe 3 years.
So, yeah, it could be 2-3 years ago. Yeah.
But one thing we can say about Sessegnon, he had that season in the Championship where he scored like 14, 15 goals. So
yeah,
he used to be very attacking, very attacking minded. There was I think we signed him almost as a left winger, a left midfielder, not as a left back, and
yeah,
we've almost had to put him at left back due to default. But he's come out and said in the past that he prefers to play left wing back. So who knows? But I think this could be a good opportunity for him. He's already linked up nicely with him and Son after the Kane's got a second goal against City. But yeah, I'm excited for Sessegnon. I just hope he stays fit. He had a good game against Liverpool at home earlier on in the league, and then I think he got injured for the next game, and then it took a while for him to come back. When Conte or the medical staff say a week or 10 days, it's usually a month, isn't it? It's never that quick.
Yeah.
A few comments to read out. This one made me laugh earlier. And Don Vele does 90 minutes in installments, which is very true. Very true. One of Lukaku's touches, 7 touches, was the kickoff. Yeah. And Jim does confirm regarding Harry Kane, he did get deliberately kneed in the back. But yeah, that was the Harry Kane challenge. It was really nasty when we saw it. He went down really bad, and when Harry Kane's faking it, when he grabs his ankle and rolls about a little bit. But this looked quite genuine with Harry Kane. So I'm a little bit worried regarding the injury, but he seemed in good spirits after the game regarding the interviews and all the media stuff done after the game.
I mean, if Kane is out, I mean, I'd happy for him to be on the bench. I mean, he has played a lot this season, and obviously we see that with Højbjerg. Højbjerg was on the bench for the first time since he signed for Spurs. Yeah. But like I said, he probably needed it to recharge the batteries. I think the same could be said for Kane. I think if Kane has got a bit of a slight problem there, I don't think he'll be risked. He'll probably be on the bench. I think it should be a case of like put Kane on the bench, and if we're winning like 3-4-0, then leave him on the bench.
Yeah, long way to go. It's a long way to go. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird one because they are very physical and aggressive, aren't they? I presume he's going to be all right, Harry. But how do you see the game going then? Burnley on Wednesday. I think it's quite an early kickoff. It might be 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, 7:30. Well, again, I'm just hoping we get the job done against Burnley. I mean, on paper, we should get the job done, but Burnley at Turf Moor, just a funny old side. I mean, like you said, Tel, they got the point against Man United. And we've seen it before where they've got points against the top sides at Turf Moor, so they can do it. But I just hope that we really do what we've done against Man City, just turn up, put in a shift, and really do the job. I think a player like Kulusevski, I think he could do a good job there. Probably get another goal, maybe get another assist. Because, like I said, his crossing, from what we saw, was juicy. Really nice crossing into that centre forward position. And I think that's what Kane's lacked barely all season. No one's whipped it. I mean, Lo Celso's crossing's been poor. I can't think who else can whip in a good cross. Højbjerg doesn't cross as much. Emerson Royale's crossing's poor as well. Reguilon hasn't done it as often. But yeah, I think someone like I said, Kulusevski, that sort of Ericsson sort of level player. Probably not as good, but he's only young, 21 years of age. When Ericsson signed, he was 21, and we had to start from somewhere. It wasn't brilliant in his first season, but he was exciting. And we all predicted he was going to have a good career at Tottenham, and he did. And we're just hoping it to be the same for Kulusevski. So, but yeah, I think providing the squad is fit, I think it should stay. I mean, it should stay unchanged. Obviously, with the injury, Skip, Tanganga, Reguilon, then I'd say just keep it unchanged.
I think one thing to say about Kulusevski is that he was crossing the ball in positions that Emerson usually is, which is quite interesting. So maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure how it panned out, but really interested to see Kulusevski in the positions where Emerson usually is. So there was a few chances in the first half. Was it the first half? Yeah, first half where Emerson did cross it in, and they were pretty piss poor again. So, but it looks like, if we can get the ball to the right players in the right positions, that's what we're going to need. And it does look like you can read the game well, Kulusevski. And
he looks quite an intelligent player, actually. So I think, look, the first couple of matches, probably like new league, looked a bit nervous and that. 21 years of age, but see the difference with him with Bentancur. Bentancur is older. He's 24, 25. So in my eyes, Bentancur is more experienced. He's probably got good 2, 3, 4 seasons under his belt. Kulusevski probably 1.5 maybe. But for me, Bentancur a lot more experienced and looks like a regular player in any team.
And whatever we say about Kulusevski and Bentancur, they've got 90 minutes in them, which is great to see.
Yeah,
They can pass the ball, which is great to see. They
yeah.
can cross the ball, it looks like. And they want the ball, which is so much better than what with the players that have departed in January. I would have liked to have seen, Brian Hill stay. I don't want to talk about exits too much, but looks like Brian Hill is doing the right in Valencia. Have you seen?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I saw the goal he set up for his cross for Valencia's goal. I think they lost 3-1 in wasn't it, Tel, or 3 or 4-1 or something, Valencia. But his cross for their goal was superb.
It was it was like, I don't know how he got the power in his foot. It was bizarre, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a beautiful cross, absolutely like wicked cross. And then obviously, I don't know who plays up front for Valencia nowadays, but yeah, he got it. Got it.
Soler scored. Yeah, Carlos Soler was the goal scorer.
Oh, was it Soler? He's a midfielder, I think. Soler.
Yeah.
I think it's Paredes or someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember something, yeah, but I remember Valencia used to be really top side. They used to have Soldado in the team. I think Albiol played for them. Raul Albiol, the centre back.
Mm-hmm.
David Silva played for Valencia as well.
Yeah, I always get confused. Mata?
One Mata. Could be, yeah. I think he did play for.
But regarding Brian Hill, the cross he was on the left, wasn't he? And we've not played him on the left that much.
No, he was more of a right-sided player for Tottenham.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Brian Hill. Jim says Sean Dykes sent his side out to kick the opposition.
Yeah.
But if there's no Tarkowski, I'm sure Tarkowski would be the leader of it all. So
they got a nice convincing win against Brighton, so I don't think they missed Tarkowski.
Yeah, Eric Peters. I mean, he'd be on my list for the bet builder for a yellow card. Eric Peters for you.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I think Eric Peters, Jack Cork.
Yeah, and Pope for time wasting.
Pope for, yeah, that's if they're like getting like winning or drawing. But one thing, if it was 0-0 and then come like 92nd, 93rd minute, we'll just pop up and get a winner.
Yeah, that's the thing. As Spurs fans now, we have to stay till the end. But we've had the Watford game now. Sanchez, 96th minute. Yeah. Leicester, and now City. So, they really do take you through it, Spurs, don't they?
Yeah, Southampton could have been a late equaliser, but for Bergwijn being off.
Yeah, bang on. Roy says we must be proactive against Burnley and stop crossing into verticals. 100% agree. Who's going to be the threat with the crossing? Is it McNeil for you?
I don't know. Well, I know Lennon can't cross the ball. I mean, we've seen over the years. He genuinely cannot cross to save his life. I don't know who the crosser would be. Would it be Eric Peters?
Yeah, I can see Eric Peters. I think,
or even McNeil. I don't know if McNeil's a crosser. Is he? He's more of a sort of them ones he likes to take on the opposition fullbacks.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I know they'll probably have Jay Rodriguez come off the bench at least, and not a crosser, but he's a threat. He's always been one of the players that loves playing against Spurs, I think. Got a new comment here from someone I've not seen on the chat before, so welcome to the stream. Jay Ashraf, we need to shut out Burnley's new striker as everything is played around him. But it's what we've echoed for the last 20 minutes really regarding Verkhorst. But it's going to be really interesting to see with Romero and Dyer. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm looking forward to it now. I mean, I wasn't looking forward to any of these games prior to the City. But can I ask Gaz, for a score prediction? And people who are watching live, can we get your Burnley v Tottenham score predictions in the chat, please? Go on, Gaz.
My score prediction? Oh, I don't know. Well, Lloris is conceding silly goals, so I think we're going to concede the one there. He might change it, I don't know. But let's go for a nice 3-1 win. 3-1?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Who are they coming from?
The goal. Oh God, the goals. I think Kane. Well, providing Kane does play, I think Kane has get 2, and who's going to get the third one? Probably Son. Son loves the goal against Burnley actually, so I reckon he'll chip in with 1. And I think we'll get an unlikely goal scorer. What do you reckon? Dyer, Romero?
Oh, I might say Emerson for banter.
What about Sessegnon?
Sessegnon, yeah. I think, it looks like Sessegnon will start. But I mean, I'm even looking forward to Conte's press conference tomorrow to see if he's in good spirits. I'm not sure if I want him to be jubilant or I want him to be a bit more serious. So it will be interesting to see.
Well, I'll tell you what was interesting. I don't know if you saw Aston Villa v Watford at the weekend. Obviously, Watford won at Villa Park.
Mm.
And I was listening to Roy Hodgson's press conference, and he said, it's good to win, good to get 3 points, but we've still got work to do.
Yeah, no, he knows his stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I think Conte is the same sort of manager. We've got the win, got the 3 points, but we've still got work to do.
I mean, like we've seen the last couple of weeks, Conte, he's very outspoken, isn't he? He said the other week, we've got 1% chance of top 4, and I'm sure, that not rallied the players, but I think Spurs realised there was a lot of talk from Conte, and he wasn't happy with the squad and the January transfer window. So I think Conte really is trying to get something out of these boys, and it looked like it worked at least on Saturday. Now it's all about Wednesday. Otherwise, Saturday would have been pointless, really, wouldn't it? If we don't win, I think we have to win, really, don't we? Wednesday.
Oh yeah. There's no two way about it. We have to win, close the gap on the top 4. This is a game in hand as well, so this is crucial. This is a game in hand, and we have to win this. And if we don't, then it's just more or less gone back to square one. We're still at the bottom of the ladder, but we still win this game, and I feel like top 4 hopes could be back on track. And obviously, it's a matter of case of relying on other results. See, the teams around us were probably predicting that we was going to lose to Man City, but same with us. And then when they beat them, they probably couldn't believe their eyes.
And like I said, Thursday, Arsenal have got Wolves, and they're both above us. So, if we can win Wednesday and Thursday, Arsenal got Wolves, I think maybe a draw would be the best result for us. Would you think?
It could be right there. Yeah, could be right, because the thing is, if Wolves win, they go above us.
They go right up there. I think they've got 2 games in hand. Maybe not on us, but on Man United, I think Wolves have got 2 games in hand.
Yeah, so, I know we've got 3 or 4 games in hand on West Ham. So I think win them matches, we go well above West Ham. But yeah, the other teams, Arsenal, Man United, and Wolves. We just need them. See, the thing is, they don't really play this. Arsenal and Wolves obviously playing against each other, and then there's not another team playing against each other for a while. And then we've got Man United coming up soon as well. Obviously, we've still got to play Arsenal. So so we've got to beat them teams. I think Man United let's just say we're in good form. Beat Burnley, beat Leeds, and then we go to Old Trafford and beat Man United. That could be the crucial. That could be a game. That could be the crucial one, and that could decide our fate for top 4.
Ashraf said he'd like to see Bergwijn in a right wing back role. I did say that on last week's stream, but it could be something we could see. Maybe not Bergwijn now. I think he wants to use Bergwijn as the striker, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe a Lucas Moura as a right wing back, but I think Conte wants to give the other players the best chance he can. We've got a few score predictions come in. Jim says 2-0 Spurs, Kane and Son. I remember the Son scored a header, didn't he? At Turf Moor last season with a Kane assist. Was it a corner? Am I right? If that was a corner?
I think a corner come in and
Kane flicked it on.
Yeah, I think Kane flicked it on, found Son, and then back of the net.
Yeah. He says, I think he means Gunners.
Gunners
draw would be good for us. And another 2-0 Spurs. I would say 2-0 Spurs. Son and Kane to break the record. So, funny what a game of football does. Everyone's in good spirits now. 2-0 predictions to Spurs, both Kane and Son to score. So, things are on the up a little bit. We can't get too carried away. Otherwise, we're going to look right mugs Wednesday night after all this again. But we will see. I'll ask you for a Leeds prediction then. I mean, it's going to be very difficult regarding lineups, team news, but early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff on. So might not be as intimidating as 8 p.m. kickoff, you could say. But what would the Leeds prediction be? No Calvin Phillips, I don't think. Still, no Bamford.
Who's that? Sorry.
Calvin Phillips and Bamford. I think there's Calvin Phillips and Bamford. They're still out.
Yeah, I've not seen Bamford play for Leeds for a while now, so obviously take it he's injured. Yeah, I think they really missed them players. I mean, they haven't won a game for a while, Leeds.
Mm.
They're in really bad form at the minute. But for me, I'll probably go for another 3-1. I still think they score. Probably Rafinha will score for them. And again, Kane's son and I don't know, Kulusevski maybe get another goal. But yeah, I think these are all winnable games. These are teams near the bottom. But I find this part of the season it's tough because these teams are fighting for relegation and they do play a bit better. This side of the season, where their position is. So it will be there'll all be tough matches. I mean, the fact we've got to go up north as well. We've already got City out of the way. We've got to go back north now to up there, have a holiday up there. We might as well stay near Burnley, and then we just go to just have a camp up there, and then what is it? It's Burnley, then a trip to Leeds, then a trip to Liverpool.
The other side. Yeah,
it's up. Yeah, the Great North Run, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, that coach driver's going to be on double money, isn't he? That coach driver.
Oh yeah. So, yeah. I think they'd fly up there anyway.
Did you see they didn't fly the other day to Manchester?
Yeah,
because of the storm. They had to get the coach because of the storm. So they
I noticed sometimes they get the train as well. I noticed Roma, like Jose Mourinho, he's always on the train, isn't he?
He loves the train. Where he's,
he gets his pizza and Coke. He's happy, isn't he?
He loves it. But yeah, I'm more positive about the Leeds game because they like to come at you. They don't change their approach to a game, do they? They always go to attacking.
Bielsa. Thing is, I can see Bielsa stepping down at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think there could be a few changes. You've got the United scenario to be dealt with, so it looks like Poch or Ten Hag at the moment. And then Brendan Rodgers, the decline of Leicester. We talk about the top 8, and Leicester aren't even in that top 8.
No, they're not actually. No, they're really struggling for form. They lost again at the weekend as well. So I don't know. It's ever since they've won the FA Cup, they've just not been the same side. Struggling to get in the top 10 at the minute. And
the Conference League game, I'm not sure. Did they win the Conference League?
Who was that? Leicester. Did they play?
I think they played. I think they played Randers. I'm thinking they drew 1-1. I'm not too sure, but I'm not too sure on that. But Leicester they've gone a bit stale, like Spurs have got stale.
Yeah, they have a bit gone stale. But talking about Europa Conference League, what about Rangers getting a result at Dortmund?
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That's what frustrated me with Spurs. I was like, "What? We never get a result against the big boys," and then we done that against City, which was great to see. Our final comment will be from Roy: a win against Burnley would help. A win against Leeds, as we would be picking up momentum. 100% agree with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be very frustrating as fans and as players to win and to draw and then to lose. Or we really need to get the points on the board now. Games in hand. We're starting to lose them games in hand. I think we had 4 at one point, and now they're slowly ticking off without the points on the board. So, really big week, and then we can look forward to the FA Cup, which I'm looking forward to the FA Cup again now. I was thinking the season's over, but after this week we'll have the FA Cup to look forward to.
What I was going to say on the FA Cup, I mean, if we get through to that, the quarterfinals are going to be tough because you've still got Chelsea, still got Man City, still got Liverpool, still got West Ham. And that's going to be hard. But see, we said we didn't want to play Chelsea. I don't think Man City want to play Spurs.
Yeah, exactly right. 100% agree with you. But yeah, a really good stream tonight. I did not expect to be chatting about the Spurs beating City, especially to score 3 goals at the Etihad.
Yeah, it's crazy. If we was going to win, it was going to be a tight 1-0 game, wasn't it?
It was deserved, wasn't it? It was thoroughly deserved. Game plan worked. Nothing fluky about the goals. All goals.
They were genuinely good finishes.
Yeah. So a really I'd say good week, but a really good weekend for Spurs. 3 points close to the top 4 with West Ham drawing to Newcastle. Always a help. But yeah, we'll be back here next Monday. Hopefully another 6 points, but long way to go yet. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Much more happier stream tonight from me and Gaz. And we'll be back here next week, hopefully talking about 2 wins against Burnley and Leeds. Anyway, Gaz, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Pleasure as always. See you later, mate.
See you a bit.
See you a bit.